Welcome to Real Life Recaps. If you enjoy this story, please let me know by clicking the like button, leaving a comment, and subscribing to this channel.
Am I the a-hole for suing my parents for my college money? By Accomplished Bar 5656. My great aunt set up savings accounts for all her female relatives. In our culture, education for women is not really valued, and she thought that was BS. She lived with her father in London where she was educated. She went on to attend university and became a doctor. She married a British man, they moved to America, and had a great life. She funded the education of as many of her nieces and grandnieces as she could. When she passed away, she left money for every girl relative she could. My parents managed to access the accounts that were set up for my sister and I. They used it to pay for my brother's wedding. My sister didn't care because she got married 2 years out of high school and had no intention of going to college. When I graduated, I went to the bank to get money for school, and it was almost all gone. There was $13,000 left. I asked my parents about it, and they said they had needed the money. I had finally found out where the money went. I got furious. I got student loans and moved out. I am a great source of shame to them, and I don't give two craps. I am currently suing them for the money that was left for me. My entire family is against me. They all think I am a complete a-hole for airing private family business in public, and that I am putting money ahead of family. My friends are all on my side, but they are all Americans and don't really get my culture. Neither do I, to be honest. My brother called me up and offered to pay for my university if I dropped the lawsuit. I agreed as long as we had a legally binding contract. He said I was being an a-hole for not trusting him. I said he should not have accepted my money for his wedding. It is causing all kinds of embarrassment in our community. I am somewhat ashamed to be doing this, but I don't want to have this debt I should not have.
Comment 1 NTA. Your parents didn't borrow your money, they stole it. I hope you have all the documents to show that money was yours. Your brother is also the a hole for trying to get you to drop a lawsuit with what is most likely a lie. If you have a chance to start life without student debt, you do whatever you can to do that. Your parents, and I'm sorry, but their culture, sound completely toxic. I'm glad you got out. Comment 2. I'm wondering if OP is South Asian because this is the vibe I'm getting. Marriage is the second greatest milestone one can achieve after being born. People often go above and beyond their means for their kids' weddings because it's a way to show off your wealth and your connections, hence the elaborate events held for often over hundreds of people, the majority of whom the people being married do not know personally, have never met. Heck, I've been forced to go to the weddings of people I never knew I was related to in any way. I can definitely see people like that justifying paying for a few hours of a marriage party over an education. Though OP's parents take it a step further by committing grand larceny, which is a new one even for me. What a world. Comment 3. That was my first thought too. Must be Indian or close to. I work entertainment at weddings, and Indian weddings definitely have a thing of showing off how much money the family has. One family had a gun that shot dollar bills in the air as the parents walked through. I asked someone about it because I thought it was kind of crude, and they explained the culture behind it. Explains why there would be shame coming to the family and the community knowing they pillaged their daughter's college fund. NTA, good on you for making sure you get a legal contract from your brother. The fact that he won't sign one is sketchy AF. OP, I'm getting help from my university. I guess I'm not the first student with this problem. Update. It's over. I got my money. I have also pretty much been disowned by my family, but I consider that a win as well. My parents ended up having to mortgage some property to pay me back for what they stole. My family is embarrassed that I forced them to this point after they had offered to pay me back in installments. Nobody is willing to answer me when I ask what would make my parents pay me back, if I was stupid enough to trust them. I have been told that I will never find a husband from our culture with my belligerent attitude and strident independence. I laughed. I do not want anything to do with that culture except perhaps enjoy the food. I plan on never returning to that country. I am enjoying the independence I have achieved and am more than happy to know that several other of the young women in my family have taken steps to lock down the education funds left for them. Comment 1. It always cracks me up when someone does something terrible and then gets mad when they get caught because of how it looks to other people, as though it's perfectly fine to be lower than garbage as long as no one finds out. Comment 2. So true. It's because OP is a destabilizing example. She's shown other subjugated people in the community, women in this case, that they do not have to accept the mistreatment they have been raised to think of as their just deserts. She mentions in her post that some other women in her family are taking steps to lock down their education funds now, so her example has already set off a chain reaction. More destabilization. No wonder the community is angry with OP's family and they're passing it on to her. The men are viewing this as their dominance being challenged. Not all heroes wear capes. Comment 3. The sheer amount of time you see older people post stuff on Facebook about their kids and grandkids and how great they are to them and how great their relationships are, to then have these kids and grandkids either respond to them there or make posts on Reddit about how nothing they said was true and that they are no contact with these people exactly because of how horribly they treated their kids. Facebook is a great place to have pity parties for these people because there's always going to be others like them that'll echo their sentiments. And this day and age, there's little chance their kids are even on that platform anymore. What are your opinions about this story? Do you think the parents and family will ever see the errors of their ways? Do you think OP will be happier about not being around her toxic family? It does seem like the OP of this story seems to be very happy with her decision, and I really can't blame her.